Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg, and today we're going to take a look at the iPhone4WhiteKit.com white iPhone 4 conversion. So when I first learned about iPhone4WhiteKit.com, I was intrigued. They're actually located in Philadelphia, which is not far from me. It's about a 40-minute drive to their facility from where I am. So I decided to look them up. I've always wanted the white iPhone 4. I was really bummed when it wasn't first released back, at the initial launch of the iPhone 4. I'd always thought about converting it, but I didn't want to deal with sending my iPhone out and all that stuff. So when I found that they were local, I got in touch with them and decided to pay them a visit. Now, I read some of the reviews and watched some of the videos about them online. There's a couple negative ones out there. Let's get that route right out of the way. Although I came to find out that most of the negative ones, if not all, were done by reviewers that had done their take-home service. They'd ordered the kits for their iPhones, taken them home, tried to do that themselves, and then messed them up. And then, either recorded or written negative reviews. I was still concerned. I didn't know the quality of the parts. I didn't know how the service would go. But I decided to kind of take a leap of faith and, head down there and check it all out. So what you're going to see today is exactly what happened when I went to iPhone4WhiteKit.com, how they converted my black iPhone to white, and the finished product. All right, so there's a lot of iPhone 4 white parts floating around the internet. There's a lot of companies that do it. We recently saw an article on Engadget that showed several different variations of white parts. What I'm here today to find out is, what about these parts makes them so special?
Okay, so these parts, according to the Engadget test, we're going to do it at the end of the interview. We're going to do the droplet test to test out that the water does, in fact, hold up in parts and not just splatters all over the place. As far as these go, everybody, thinks like there's a lot of white parts that are fake. There are a lot of white parts that are fake, but the only difference that we can tell you about our parts is that we've been doing iPhone repair for the longest time. And for the past 2 or 3 years, we've been using the same supplier. And just now, when they are coming out with these kits, we've had them for the past 4 months, ever since the black ones came out as well. So it's not like we're just ordering these parts and then these the strips and everything, all the digitizer and cables, they all say Apple on them.
Let's get a good view of that. Can we get that on camera?
Sure.
I can focus on it. Let's see. Can you move it closer?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see it. There we go. That's good.
Okay, and now when we take the over here, I'll see as well the same lines and everything. Under here is the tab. It says Foxconn, and then I'll show you on this one as well.
So our belief, or your belief, that these parts are actually coming from Foxconn?
Yeah, they're just through a distributorship. Somebody's ordering 10,000 parts, and then they're bringing it, and then we're ordering from those people.
I think it's clear to point out something that you said also is that you've been ordering parts from this same factory from when the first iPhone came out.
Yeah.
So it's not like this factory just started making these white parts out of the blue. They've been making parts for the original iPhone and the 3G and 3GS
iPods, MacBooks,
for quite some time.
Yeah, we don't just do parts. We do everything. We're Apple certified for all, not just iPhone, but iPod, iPad, MacBook, and all that stuff. So we do everything. It's not like we're just in the game for this and that's it.
So tell us about the service, exactly how it works. So I have my phone at home, and I think that's important to realize. We've seen a few reviews specifically of your company that haven't been positive, and we want to point out, or I want to point out at least, that both of those reviews were done by people that chose to do the service at home.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that personally. I think the best thing to do is to send it to the experts. If you can't deal without your phone for 2 days, then there's something wrong. So tell us about how quick your turnaround is and the shipping and all that good stuff.
Okay, so basically when people send it in, they send it in however fast, however fast they need it. We usually like that they do it overnight. When they send it in through a priority envelope, expedited envelope, they get it in here the next day. It comes usually between 11:30 and 1:30. We have till 4:30 to get it out. We actually get it out the same day. Here's actually a phone that we did yesterday. It came in at 3:30, unfortunately, but usually if it comes by 1:30, we can get it out by the same day. And then it'll go out today overnight. So he'll actually get it. He's losing the phone for 2 days. It's pretty quick turnaround time.
So I pay for shipping to get it to you, and you pay for the shipping to get it back to me?
And
you pay for overnight?
Yeah.
And what is the charge for the whole service?
The whole service, depending on what kit, it can range from $169.95 to $219.95, depending on how extensive the white kits they want. If the $219.95 is a complete kit on our website,
that includes the phone, a case,
the box, everything,
the dock connector, everything.
Yes.
But you can get as little as, what did you say,
$169.95.
And what does that include?
And that's the front, back, and home button. That's just basically the starting kit, and then from there, people will obviously notice that you have a white iPhone.
Okay, so also tell us about the boxes that you guys have, because there was some dispute whether the boxes were really Apple boxes or not.
These boxes, we have. If you go online and you can look at what a SIM-free iPhone, a factory unlocked iPhone, it comes in this box. It comes this exact size.
Because that was the dispute. Was I guess people were saying that the real iPhone boxes have three partitions or three sections in the middle. Yeah. These boxes only have two.
Yeah. Now even when I put these boxes with the Euro charger or the iPhone 4 factory unlocked charger, that is actually a different charger for this. And we have it on our website. You can take a look at it on the website. It's a flat, long charger, not the square cube ones. Those are fake. If you're getting a factory unlocked, it's not real. The original ones are the flat ones that are lay flat. If we have factory unlocked phones from our website. You can buy them. They come in this exact box. Even the black ones come in this type of box. Also, logistically for shipping, these actually fit better in the package for the customer, and this is how we send them out. You know, it was a decision from the company to do that. Yeah, and that's it.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I say we should get it started and we'll test it out after it's done.
Okay, I'm not going to film the entire process just because it's going to take some time, but I will start the camera again once it's done so you can see how everything comes out. Just so you know, the parts are all here. Yeah. This is my original black iPhone that's going to be transformed into white, and I will see you when the whole process is done. All right, so if you're thinking about taking on the task of converting your black iPhone to white at home on your own, they do offer that service, but I just want to show you exactly what is involved. These are all the parts from my black iPhone that now have to be put back together into my white iPhone. So, you know, they do offer the parts, you can order them, but my advice is don't even bother. Send it in to these guys, let them do it for you. You don't want to be messing with all of these tiny, minuscule parts, and they really do take, you know, every effort to put every single part back in. Just to point out, one thing I was pretty fascinated with, they actually take the little white sticker, if you can see it right there, that's inside all the iPhones, and that's covering the screws. And Apple uses those to identify if your phone has been tampered with, or if there's water damage. They're going to put those stickers back on so that, you know, basically if the iPhone were white and it was, you know, able to be brought into the Apple Store, they'd never know that it had been tampered with at all. All right, so now we're going to get underway with putting my phone back together. So I am now back from my trip. I've got my iPhone 4, it's white, it's fully converted, but I'm not going to show it to you right away. I'm going to wait a week. You're still going to see it in this video. It's just going to follow this clip now. I'm not going to make you actually wait a week. But what I'm going to do is use the phone for a week. I want to make sure that everything works, you know, nothing falls off, nothing cracks. And then immediately following this clip, you'll see my full-on review of the iPhone4WhiteKit.com, you know, conversion, so you can see it up close and personal, see everything, how it looks, and I'll go over all the details. So let's fast forward to a week and check out my phone now. All right, guys, so it's been about a week, and I'm happy to report everything is working exactly as you'd expect an iPhone 4 to work. I'm completely satisfied with my white conversion from iPhone4WhiteKit.com. Everything on the phone is working great. There's no discoloration, no cracking of any of the parts. Everything is working just as I'd expect an iPhone to work as I pulled it right from the box. So I kind of want to give you an up close and personal look at it. One disclaimer, I do have a screen shield on the front and the back. So if you notice any bubbling, you might, you know, see some. It's from the screen shields. It's hard to put a screen shield on the white phone. It makes it a little bit more challenging to properly place it. But hopefully you can make out on camera just how good everything looks. You know, there's the front. No issues with the proximity sensor. It works perfectly. That is one of the problems that some people seem to have with their white iPhones, but no issues for me at all. The home button lines up perfectly. It's not cracking or anything like that. That's some other issues some people are having. The one thing I noticed about the home button, I've heard this from other people that have done the white conversion as well, it's a little bit easier to press. It's just not as you know, difficult to press it. Not good nor bad. It's just a little bit different than, you know, the black iPhone. And again, I noticed other people saying that as well who had done conversions not only from iPhone4WhiteKit.com but from other companies. As far as the 30-pin connector goes, I now have the white 30-pin connector, because remember, iPhone4WhiteKit.com does the entire phone. Some companies just do like the home screen, the home button, and the back plate. They do everything, including the 30-pin dock connector and the headset jack, which I will show you in a second. So you've got the white 30-pin connector. Again, everything's working fine. No issues there as far as it not charging or, you know, losing a connection. Everything is working perfectly. You can see the volume buttons, they look fine. Everything works, including the vibrate switch. You know, they do have to remove those in order to change the headset jack, but again, they put them back exactly like they were before. Good feedback when I press them. You know, I don't notice anything different. Hopefully you can make out the white headset jack if I allow that to focus. I'm not sure if you'll be able to or not. But again, now I've got a white headset jack that matches and that works fine. Sleep awake button feels exactly like it did before. No issues there. There's the back plate. Again, it looks exactly like the iPhone 4 in black. Everything down to the last little letter on the back of this thing looks and feels exactly like the black iPhone 4. No issues for me with the flash either. I took a bunch of flash pictures, which I'll show you, and I did not have any problems with washing out. One of the issues I think some people might be having with this is, you know, using a flash when you're taking a picture when you don't need one may result sometimes in the washing out effect. So it's important that when you use your flash, you're only using it when you need it. Make sure it's on auto. You know, don't put it to on all the time if you don't need it. When it's on auto, it seems to work fine. I took a bunch of pictures around my house, outside, using the flash, and I didn't have any issues with it bouncing back. So let's pop the screen on. I want you guys to see the display. You can see it's as bright and as vivid as you'd expect the Apple Retina display to be. Again, everything works as far as the digitizer goes. I don't have any like dead spots or anything like that. There's no dead pixels. You know, I can slide up and down. Everything is, you know, again, everything works exactly as you'd expect it to work. I don't notice any difference between this and any of the other black iPhones I compared it to. My wife has the black iPhone 4. I compared it to the screens to this one, and again, no issues whatsoever. It looks exactly the same, and I have a feeling that if you were to cover everything up, put them side by side, you would not be able to tell the difference as far as just looking at the screen. So to wrap up, I'm very impressed with the service iPhone4WhiteKit.com provides. You know, you send in your iPhone, you pay for the shipping, they convert your iPhone to white, and then they pay to ship it back to you overnight. The service is affordable at $219 right now, comparable to, yeah, the new iPhone might be coming out in white soon. The rumor is it may show up in Best Buy or other retail outlets. But if you're on contract because you've got the iPhone 4 in black, you'd have to pay, you know, close to $700 to buy a white one. Well, you can save, you know, almost $500 by sending your current black iPhone 4 into iPhone4WhiteKit.com and having it converted to white. They'll take care and pride in what they do. They test every single part. They test every single iPhone before it's finished and before they send it out. And I think that quality and pride shows in the work that they do. So I'll put links in the video description where you can learn more about iPhone4WhiteKit.com. If you have any questions about their service, please feel free to drop me a line. Otherwise, you have a great day.